Elden Ring Nightreign is one of the most fun and enjoyable co-op games I've played this year. It hooked me right away because, let's be real, it's more Elden Ring. That said, the game has its problems. So here's the things players hate, from the perspective of someone who's sunk way too many hours into this game. Nearly every Souls game boss has a weakness that you can exploit. Nightreign shows boss weaknesses on the select screen. For example, Heolster is weak to Holy, but once the run starts, there's no consistent POI, vendor, or holy village on the map where I can actually secure holy damage. The game points me to a counter, but gives me no reliable way to get it during the run. If a boss is weak to an affinity, there should be at least one deterministic way to obtain it, such as a fixed POI, a vendor that always stocks a holy weapon, or an ash. Relics are already random, so reduce the randomness here so the weakness hint drives strategy instead of luck. Which would be fine if the rest of the game didn't feel like deja vu half the time. Nightreign often serves the exact same seed, which means the same boss rotation and the same enemy pattern in the castle. I've had runs where the pot-throwing giant showed up 3 times in a row in the castle, and the Night Lord order repeated in the same sequence. When that happens, the run becomes predictable and repetitive, and it drains the fun out of the game. If you're going to use seeds, expand the pool, shuffle castle encounters more aggressively, and guarantee some variation in Night Lord order so each attempt feels different. Now, repetition is one thing, but trying to deal with it while having zero way to properly talk to your squad, that's where it gets painful. No voice chat or text chat. It is 2025, and this is one of the biggest AAA studios. Nightreign relies on matchmaking and team coordination, yet the only tools are pings and emotes, which are not enough for routing, boss plans, or revives. There's no good explanation for why basic team communication is missing. If your reason is, there are toxic people, then go play solo. For everyone else, use the same solutions modern co-op games use. Opt-in squad voice, push to talk by default, quick mutes, text filters, and strong report and block tools. Let players opt out, not lock everyone out. And communication isn't the only thing missing. Nightreign also manages to split its own community. There is no crossplay. Now I know FromSoft has never shipped it before, but this is a matchmaking-first co-op game. What good reason is there to leave it out? Why can I not play with my community on PlayStation or Xbox? Other modern co-op games support crossplay and solve the basic issues with platform filters and privacy controls. This decision splits the player base, slows queues, and kills the point of a community game. If the excuse is, we've never done it before, then that is not a reason. It's 2025. Ship crossplay or stop selling this as a co-op experience. But what's just as frustrating is how little control you have over your own build. Honestly, I'm not a fan of the leveling system. It's dumbed down. You click level up at a grace and that's it. I understand the fast pace and the rain closing in, but this is exactly where you should allow skill expression. Make me choose quickly, not remove the choice. Let me invest in individual stats like the classic system so I can shape a build on the fly. Weapons are already randomized, so give me the ability to push strength, dex, faith, or arcane to get the most out of what drops. And speaking of systems that kill build creativity, let's talk about relics. The relic UI is an utter mess. FromSoft isn't well known for their UI, but it's always been clean and easy to navigate. So what happened here? Descriptions are vague, effects are unclear, and there's no fast way to compare, sort, or sell them. You end up guessing what to sell and what to equip. The relics themselves are boring. Most bonuses feel negligible, and the meta funnels everyone into the same few picks while the rest of them just rot in your inventory. It plays like an afterthought rather than a system that enables different builds. At minimum, show exact numbers in tooltips and add a side-by-side comparison. Reduce the filler, buff the dead picks, and let us craft or target specific relic types so it's not just a reroll slot machine. But clunky relics aren't the only design misstep. The revive system is just as frustrating. Reviving from 3 bars costs too many resources and often your ultimate. Unless you're playing Guardian, the ultimate does not reliably bring a teammate back, which makes the ultimate feel pointless in the moments it should matter most. Even if you somehow get a 3-bar teammate up, the boss usually tags them immediately, and your ultimate is gone along with the run. Fix this by lowering the 3-bar revive cost, letting any ultimate create a safe revive window. Give the revived player brief invulnerability, a stamina refill, or a short movement boost so they can reposition. Give the people getting up from 3 bars a real chance to get out of the attack. The resurrection system already feels punishing, but what makes runs even worse is how little variety of weapons. the game actually gives you. For all the gear that Elden Ring has to choose from, Nightreign just scratches the surface of what's available. Put more weapons, spells, and incants in the game. Either give more variety to the player, or drop rates need to be significantly increased. You have approximately 388 weapons in Nightreign. 99% feel useless. You pick them up for the passive effects and then discard them because the actual weapon is not worth using. The passives are fine, and I understand why they exist, but it reads like a cop-out just to justify a tiny pool of truly viable weapons. On a lot of runs, especially with Wilder, I stick to the base weapon because the drops are garbage. But weapons aren't the only offenders. Some talismans are straight up useless. Prince of Death's Postule? Death Blight resistance. Cool. Why am I getting this every run where there isn't a single worm face on the map? Prince of Death's Postule. Even if a worm face shows up as a Night Lord, rats drop death boluses, and he dies before the build-up matters. It's dead loot. Delete this talisman from the game. And it's the same story with certain characters. Amazing in one context, worthless in another. Man, I can't wait to drive this one home. Certain characters are only used to their potential when in multiplayer, and are useless in solo play. Guardian proves it. In co-op, he's one of the best because his ultimate can revive both teammates even if they have 3 bars. Absolute goated ultimate. In solo, he's near worthless because that same ultimate does nothing for you. That is bad design and the balance is off. If a kit is built around teammates, give it a solo conversion. Balance the character for both modes, not just trios or duos. And the same lack of attention shows up in cosmetics. How are the modders on Nexus shipping better skins in their spare time than a giant studio? I spend hours on Remembrance quests, and the cosmetic is a sticker on the same armor. What was the point of that grind besides a little lore dump? And while the Remembrance rewards might feel like wasted time, nothing feels worse than playing a character who physically can't keep up with Wilder. Having only one character like Wilder that has an advanced movement and can quickly outpace everyone else feels kind of strange. One character gets turbo legs, everyone else gets left behind. In a mode where speed decides loot, POIs, revives, and even survival, that's not flavor, that's a hard advantage. Either raise baseline mobility for the roster, or give non-Wilder kits deterministic mobility tools. Right now, it's keep up with Wilder or get punished. I'm a Wilder main, but if I play any other character and a Wilder is on my team, he's going to outpace me and grab the good stuff and leave me as leftovers. And the imbalance doesn't stop with mobility. Even RNG favors certain characters, with Iron Eye being the clear example. Iron Eye has a luck passive that will give you a much higher chance at better weapons and passives. In a game that demands you put together a build quickly and relies heavily on RNG. So you're telling me I need to run Iron Eye as a solo player to have a better chance of getting a good weapon for the Night Lord? Who thought this was a good idea? So not only are you pressured into running Iron Eye for better loot, but half of the shifting earths you land on don't even feel worth visiting. Shifting earths are mostly useless, and while I regard the Rotted Woods and the Shrouded City are the absolute best and have utility no matter what Night Lord you face, the mountain is only useful if you're going to fight Fisher in the fog. And the volcano, if you want to get a less than moderate boost turning one weapon into a legendary, there needs to be either better and more shifting earths, or rewards need to be boosted. And lastly, the thing that every Nightreign player hates. Executor players. They suck. That's all I have to say. Guys, if you enjoyed the content, make sure to go and like the video now and subscribe to the channel. If you agreed with any of these, let me know down in the comments, and we'll see you in the next video.